So where were we? Where were we? Speak to Anton. Deal with the abandoned experiment. Where is this at?
You don't shoot, I won't shoot. Deal?
I thought I dealt with this already. Okay, what did I need to do?
Reminds me of medical school.
Look at this. What do we have here? Pretty blade. That. Oh. Anything else I need to up here before I get out? Speak with Juan. Is he in here somewhere? Or is that just the exit? Because I don't know.
You picked the wrong damn day.
Oh. Oh. I hear some shots being fired. Let's see what kind of shenanigans are afoot out here. Anton, return to Orson. Return to Gladys. Solution vital. Retrieve the passcode. Alright, well I guess we gotta go turn inputs. That's all we can do right now. There's still be guys off planet, so we gotta turn these in when we can, which is right now. What the fuck? That wasn't even that big of a fall, was it? What's up with that, dude? Taste the freedom! Space's choice. Prefabricated living, just like home. Who's this guy? Just some scientist? Oh, it's a chicken. It's a chicken.
Any news? Don't keep me in suspense. Did you get my stuff? I mean, this is gonna make me so popular. I mean, with the people who buy it, not by using it. Because I'm not.
Sure.
Only for testing purposes. Quality control. You would, right? Take this. You earned it. If you run into me again after all this is over,
Hey,
maybe I'll have more. Pleasure doing business with you.
All right. Hey, we got a level up, baby. That's what I like to see. One, two, three. Oh shit. Okay. Get me out of here. Get me out of here. Get me out of here. Alright, who's next? Speak to Anton. Where are you? He's over here.
Damn right we left the lab. What's left there that's worth dying for?
Oh, it's Porter.
You let them get away. Worthless, the lot of you.
Well, you get what you pay for, don't you?
You know what this guy reminds me of? He reminds me of the dude from the Halo show.
That no-account fool Porter and his crew are even more worthless than I could have imagined. They've abandoned their posts. This is madness.
Because I told him to leave.
My research? Please tell me you've recovered it. That's... You
Achievement
can't
unlocked.
possibly understand
Fantastic.
the enormity of what you've done for me. Did you find my colleague, Jameson?
Yeah.
Jameson. I didn't do right by him, did I? Only cared about how he helped or hurt my research.
Right?
You understand nothing. Me least of all.
Mm-hmm.
Yes? Oh. Orson? Good. It will keep him from wasting my time. Sounds like he might actually be doing something useful for once. It's highly illegal to have brought the Raptidons to Terra 2. The research done on them before Monarch was left to the dregs was too promising to just abandon, so here we are.
Here we are indeed.
You've not much idea how these things work, do you? If Auntie Cleo could be connected to what we're doing here, they'd be ruined. Everyone
Sure.
skirts the law looking for an edge, but the ultimate sin is to be exposed. Plausible deniability is everything.
I'm out of here. Alright, Olsen, where are you?
Oh, hello. Yes. Very good. And have you done that?
This guy forgot who I was, man.
What a relief. You hold months of work in your hands. Anton would have just given them to Porter without a second thought. What a waste of potential that would have been. Sadly true. Contraband does tend to fetch a high price among the colony's ne'er-do-wells. So be it. I'll buy them off of you. Much obliged. Here are your bids.
Alright, I
Now,
get paid.
let's see here. Attach this, twist that, apply a little pressure, and voila! I can finally call this little side project complete. Thank the law. Oh. I can't be caught with this. You take it. If R&D buys the schematics from me, perhaps I'll get you the first model, hot off the presses. I'll, call you? Yes, I'll call you.
Sure, sounds good. Great. That. Just getting all the things, man. Alright, what's next? I guess we can go back to our ship. So let's do that. Slimmer than nature, diet toothpaste. Auntie Cleo's diet toothpaste. Pathing obstruction. Alrighty. Guess we gotta go back to the groundbreaker too, huh?
Crew members Ellie and Max are
They've acquired
engaged in a
snake
heated
skin.
discussion in the kitchen.
Ellie and Max? What? Where the fuck is the kitchen? They've acquired danger sign. What? They've acquired book. I've acquired a great many things, it seems like. Huh. Leave that at that for now. Where's the damn kitchen at, man? It's up here then, huh? Well, let me install this first. A rumbling vibrates from the unit's chassis.
Dust accumulation analysis. 2.5 years.
Hey.
Thank you, customer. Sam, merciless on terms. All SAM units travel fully assembled in a 12x12 corrugated steel box. SAM units live to clean and clean to live.
Okay.
Every SAM unit comes lean, mean, and ready to clean.
Alright. This is Felix's room. In praise of arson. Lovely. Million de Soto.
Hey, Max.
What?
You really think we all have a purpose? That everything happens for a reason?
It's not really that simple, but yes, fine. Anything else?
If that's the case, is it my purpose to annoy you, or yours to be annoyed by me?
Go away.
You can't deny fate, Vicar.
Status report. 13.
Lovely. They're just having a good time arguing over here. I'll have to try him out, Majin. be on our next adventure here.
I find myself marveling at the complex simplicity of the Fibonacci spiral. I'm sure you know what that's like. Something vexing you, Captain? Yes, I've been meaning to discuss exactly that. Now that we know where, the scholar is, when will we be searching him out?
Okay. You got anything to say?
Good to see you, boss. Didn't I tell you? I'm secretly the chairman's orphan child, abandoned at birth in the back bays. That's right. Can't get anything past you, boss. Honestly, before you picked me up, I was living in the back bays. Spent my whole life up there, watching ships roll in and take off. Always wondered when my ship would come. I was what folks on the Groundbreaker call a stowaway. Means I was invisible. Life carried on for everybody else, but not for me. I had to make my own way. Stowaways ain't free. We were just as trapped as anybody else. We didn't belong in the system, but we still had to live in it. We still had to play by the board's rules. Imagine spending your whole life looking out at the stars, and knowing you could never aspire to be anything more than a box hauler. That's what it's like.
Well,
Hauling boxes was about the only work I could find. Hated every second of it. Foreman and I never got on. Could be I was overreacting. A better man might have turned the other cheek. Exercised a little bit of that, what's the word? Restraint? But on the other hand, broadsiding the jackass with a tossball stick, that felt good. That felt real good. You ought to try it.
okay.
Oh, I can do civilized. Proper civilized, too.
This
Genuflecting
dude
and
looks like
everything.
Jon Snow.
I caught a real lucky break.
Yeah, Felix.
If you hadn't picked me
Felix,
up,
sure. Yeah,
I'd still be back at the
I could
docks.
see that.
Waiting for the day my ship
If he had
arrives.
like longer hair, a little bit longer hair, definitely I could see it even more for sure. He's a member of the Night Watch, right?
Thanks for listening, boss. Let's get going.
All right. Where are we going next? Actually, I should return to Gladys on the Groundbreaker, so let's do that. Yeah, he's probably still lifting boxes in Majin's game, because Majin didn't decide to take him on his crew.
The Groundbreaker has approved our request for docking, Captain. You're free to disembark.
Spectrum Vodka, a glass for every class. Rizzo's Spectrum. Red. Alright.
Rizzo's mock apple cider.
This is Halcyon
Have you had a moment to look into that little opportunity I told you about on Roseway?
Exactly what I've come
You
to
don't
talk to
hurry
you
up.
about.
Someone will get to snooping around there before you do.
Oh, I didn't know that, Majin. I'm just running around all the whole
What's
time with
that?
the pistol out.
Speak up now.
If I knew how to, if I'd holster it, then yeah, I
What'd you turn up? Bless your slippery little fingers. Isn't that just a shame? Prototype schematics go for a fair handful of bits around here. Well, that's just swell, sweetheart. A shame you didn't visit old Gladys first. If Auntie Cleo's exporting raps from Monarch, golly me, someone's going to be in the soup when they get caught. Darnation. It sounded like a gold mine, but maybe that's just my old hopes getting in the way.
Well,
I suppose it can't be helped. Law bless you for doing the legwork, sweetie. Don't forget your pal Gladys now. You can come visit anytime. Anytime, sweetheart.
okay.
If you're... Anytime, sweet...
Something going on over there? What do you think you're doing?
Nothing. Uh-oh. Well, we killed Gladys. Sorry, Gladys. You, Was that not where the weapon was? Did I fuck that up? I may have fucked that up. Oops. Carrying capacity bonus from companions, dialogue skills. What else do you want, Sam? What can we give you? The quest was Jesus. Was to acquire the science weapon on Groundbreaker. And I just killed her, so I can't do anything about that. Oh, so we gotta go to Phineas's lab then.
No mercury in cell 2.
So I messed up because I thought that the weapon was gonna be in this locked safe over here, but it wasn't. So I opened it up, and then obviously they started shooting at me because, of course, I'm digging through their shit. But she's dead now, so that's alright. That's fine. I'll deal with my consequences of that. We're gonna go to Phineas's, we're gonna go to Phineas's orbital station then. That'll make this playthrough even more interesting now that she's dead, I think. So we're gonna roll with
You're
it.
back. Not that I missed you. I assure you. We have successfully arrived at Phineas's orbital lab, Captain. And we are still in one piece. Shall I congratulate?
Phineas's improved science lab. Right, we haven't been here before.
Hello? Can you hear me? Does this work? Oh, damn it! Blast, that's loud. I'm just securing my ongoing experiments. And securing myself. Mind the mess. I haven't had a visitor since, in fact, I've never had a visitor.
Whoa. Look at this place.
Careful, that's my communications terminal.
Yeah. Science weapons.
Aha! I see you found my portable molecular compression device, better known as a shrink ray. Find a target, point, shoot. Your target will shrink down into a manageable size, whereupon you... Ah, your old hibernation mask. Had to remove it, you know, in case you were prone to vomiting. Reviving you from hibernation was my greatest
chamber.
accomplishment. Your odds of survival were mere 28%.
Huh. Hey, Val. What's up? Doing alright, doing alright.
Oh, thank the law. Your skin hasn't spontaneously changed color. Potential side effect of the revival process. Very rare, but you never know. Right. Welcome to my little habitation, such as it is. I've got caffeinoids, cysty bits, if you're into that sort of thing. So, welcome. Make yourself at home. My secret hideout is your secret hideout. Not at all, my intrepid accomplice. I should thank you for tolerating my somewhat brusque manner. I only regret that I couldn't save more of your fellow settlers, what with being hunted by the board, and emptying my supply of necessary chemicals. Of course. What's on your mind?
What else can I talk to this guy about?
Oh, it's not you. I do experiments in that room. Some of them get quite scientific. The unexpected is to be treasured, but from a safe distance. Regardless, it's quite comfortable in here, you know. I have my beans, have my caffeinoids, plenty of toilet paper. Absolutely. Let's talk. No, and I've been trying very hard to avoid making eye contact.
Nice to meet you, Dr. Wells. I'm Parvati Holcomb.
Wait, not another word. I don't want to know your name. I don't want to know who you are. Let's just enjoy our
plausible deniability. Okay, sure, dude.
Why don't you just invite the entire colony to my secret, carefully concealed laboratory? It isn't as if I wanted privacy.
Sure.
Oh, fine. As long as you're vouching for their character and they aren't touching things. For what it's worth, I am pleased that you found a crew, such as they are.
Such as they are.
You're a talented scientist, after all. Our kind has always been incredibly popular.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Yes, indeed. Well done. Also, you still haven't spontaneously liquefied, which pleases me immensely. Progress. What's on your mind?
What else? We're back. Alright, well, I guess that's all we can do here. Okay. So this quest is gonna forever be uncompletable because Gladys is dead. Monarch. We gotta go to Monarch. Alright, off we go. Against all odds, the unreliable takes flight.
So then I told him, oh, ha ha ha, that tickles. How odd. No, don't desist. I think I might like it. Further data collection is required for accurate assessment.
The hell?
We're now in orbit above Stellar Bay, Captain.
Alright.
What a mess.
Get out of
What
here.
a mess.
We're gonna bring Sam and the Vicar. Because the Vicar has a side quest here, so we're gonna bring him along. And then Sam, I just want to try out Sam because he's a new companion. Achievement unlocked. Something's fishy. Oh, there's already somebody waiting on us down there. Lovely. How do we go down? Oh, here it is. I was like, what the hell? Couldn't find the thing. I was like, where am I supposed to be looking at? Grim?
Hey, hold on there. I gotta sign you in.
Who the fuck are you, dude?
Don't think I've seen you around. That means you must be new to Stellar Bay. You are new here, right? You must have seen those UDL gunships on your way in. There's only 3 of them these days. Still, they tend to scare folk off. You may not have heard, you being new, but Stellar Bay hardly ever gets off-world traffic. Us being cut off by the board and all. Which means I never get to do this part, but I've been practicing, so here goes. On behalf of Monarch Stellar Industries, welcome to Stellar Bay, home of the freshest sal tuna in Halcyon. Please state your name for the records. Swell. There's one for the logs. I'm even gonna give you your own entry code.
Sweet.
I'm not supposed to do that. It's against procedure, but Mr. Sanjar isn't so strict about the rules here. Besides, I got a lot of empty entries to fill.
Alright.
We don't get ship traffic in town. Only off-worlders who do make it out here are sublight. They got a base in Fallbrook. And thank the stars for them, or we would have run out of Rizzo's Purple Berry Crunch years ago.
Purple Berry Crunch.
Oh, that'll just make Mr. Sanjar's day if you tell him. The board makes up lots of nasty stories about raptidons and cannibals and whatnot. but that's all outside our walls. Mostly.
Mostly.
Oh, sure. They make Stellar Bay sound like a rotten place, but it's not so bad. Get a good breeze going, and the sulfur smell mostly covers up the fishy smell.
Ah, the nostalgic stench of home. Can't say I miss the day-to-day of living in Edgewater.
Anyway, Mr. Sanjar's got lots to say on that subject. Kinda goes over my head, though.
Oh, I pressed the wrong button.
Mr. Sanjar will be mighty pleased to meet you. If you see him over at headquarters, maybe you could tell him I did a bang-up job of welcoming you?
Sure, dude.
Oh, and if you're headed that way, maybe you could do me a favor?
What?
I got this Rizzo's Rangers tossball poster coming in on the next sublight shipment, signed by the Black Hole himself. Only I haven't heard anything in a while. You think you could check with Celia to see if it's come in?
Only because I could relate to waiting on mail and wondering where it is.
That's Bertie Holcomb, only one of the greatest tossball hackers ever.
Bertie Holcomb?
Everyone's heard of him, even on Monarch. We still get some of the games. You been living in a sulfur pit or something? On account of him being the best hacker who ever played, nothing gets by him. He sucks up every ball that comes his way.
He's maybe word that differently.
Whatever you say, I could talk tossball for hours.
Oh, bruh.
Thanks a bunch. Celia works for Mr. Sanjar in the MSI building next to the bar. She's always there, so you can't miss her.
Sure, dude.
You're probably looking for Velma. Watch out, she's...
Who's Velma and why is she in a mood?
Fresh blood at last. Stellar Bay could use some.
We don't get many outsiders.
What are the chances of all the times and places we could have been born?
Yeah.
We're here, light years from Earth, going about our lives.
Every time the punch clock peals, a worker earns his meals.
What are you talking about?
Sorry, I thought you were quoting It's a Wonderful Directorate.
You don't look like Sublight. Must be freelance.
Hey.
Laws. Can't a man enjoy the
Bennett.
smooth menthol flavor
Oh
of
shit, it's
Stogie
Bennett.
Slim in peace? What I am doing, sir, is enjoying the moment. It's so rare that I can seize one apart from the jabbering masses of this wretched place. This law's forgotten town. Cut off from the rest of the colony.
Hey, what's going on, DeVault?
Removed from any culture. I recall when Stellar Bay was a proper board-affiliated town with regular shipments of Auntie Cleo's best and all the cereals. Before Sanjar took over MSI and got us all booted. Days of consumption and culture. When we weren't squabbling with the iconoclasts for lack of better things to do. Look, you're making me melancholy. Is there something you wanted?
I'll leave you be, good sir.
You don't look like Sublight. Must be...
Got any news from the... You don't look like someone.
Yeah, I'm not Sublight, I get it.
Watch your step if you venture outside the walls.
Watch your step if you venture outside the walls.
Well, well. Isn't often we see new folk in Stellar Bay. First drink's on me, stranger.
Maguire?
Enjoy.
You know
if you
Toby
plan on
by any
sitting through
chance?
Nyoka's stories, you might could use a few.
I could use a few and telling them myself.
Now what can I do for you? Thought it had a fancy ring to it. Name's the first advertising anyone sees, after all.
It's true.
Nope. But a man can dream. Not since Amber Heights. These days we have more
Amber
leaving than coming.
Heights.
Off to join the Iconoclasts or some such.
Some such.
Anyone who spends any amount of time in this bar is bound to get to know Nyoka. On account of her being here so often herself. And I don't mean that unkindly. Anyone who's rid us of as many beasts as you have is entitled to a few drinks. Something else I can do for you?
And the little bastard's slippery, right? On account of its blood, so it's sliding. All over the place, trying to crawl away. Getting so I can't tell the blood from the mud.
Blood and mud? Oh, man.
But I gotta get in there. Get right in that baby rap's stomach and dig it out. If so much as a drop of stomach acid got on that medallion, shit, I don't know what I'd do. Might be I'd hunt every damn rapt out there. Right. What are you staring? Wait. You ain't from around here. Who are you? Ooh, Charmer. Don't get a lot of that around here. Folks mostly grump at me about how I should join the MSI payroll.
Ain't no sublight,
Let's
ain't none
change
of
your
that.
pace. Buy me a drink, will you?
Sure.
Outstanding!
Look at that. Bottoms
What
up.
are you doing in Stellar Bay, stranger? Well. Let's get down to brass nuts then, shall we?
Sure.
Wait, that ain't it. Brass rats?
She said brass nuts. Wow.
Let's talk business.
Yes.
I'm headed back out there after I sober up. You want a guide sooner than that? You'll have to get me something to clear my head.
All right.
More than you have, I suspect. I plan to sit here and drink until I find myself awoken sober.
Oh, lady.
Outstanding! Our dispensary here maintains
It's
a
just
stock of-
fetch quest after
well,
fetch quest.
I don't rightly know what they are. Steroid or caffeine somethings? Pills. They're very good. I'm cut off for the month, on account of needing one just about every damn day. But I'm sure you've got your wily ways. Fetch me one and we'll be all set.
Okay.
I know they make me see straight for a little while. You gonna get me a dose or what?
I'll be back.
Could I get another advance, Mr. Nandi?
Just make sure it's properly logged.
Oh, look, it's
I'll
Sandra.
note it next to the others, sir.
Well, new business turns up at last. Celia, didn't I tell you our new statistics-based advertising model would be a hit?
Yeah, no,
That you did, sir.
it's not it.
How can yield improvements of 26.7% not quicken the pulse? How can 32% cost savings not moisten the loins?
All right. Simmer down.
I've often posed these very questions.
Clear my schedule. This newcomer has a meeting with me.
Oh, boy.
Did you hear that power play, Celia? They don't make them like this anymore in Halcyon. I only hope you don't judge me by my handshake. Now, what business brings you here? What a charming notion. One doesn't meet many free spirits in Halcyon. Not outside Tartarus prison, anyway. Forgive me, I'd be positively enraptured. Only, I take it this means you aren't here for Saltuna.
No.
Oh, a shame. I'd been saving a bottle of iceberg-aged whiskey for an occasion like this. I had hoped that livening up our advertisements with enticing figures would draw the other corporations back to our bosom, but it seems we're back to the drawing board. Surviving alone isn't as easy as it looks. Thanks to the so-called hazard clause, Monarch has been cut off from the board's resources and protection for 10 years now. Now, we've kept ourselves in business by trading with individual corporations, but given the off-the-books nature of those transactions, such arrangements are precarious.
Precarious.
Yes, freedom is a tempting ideal, but a rather costly paramour.
Exactly. Intellectualism fuels the train to mankind's future, but the tracks the train runs on are forged from practicality.
Yes, it's as though the good vicar has plucked the very words from my brain.
Well, Mr. Nandi here has a rather ingenious plan to get MSI restored to the board.
On our terms, mind you.
Returning to the board is your only chance if you hope to survive here on Monarch. That doesn't mean it'll be easily achievable.
Indeed not. No worthwhile plan was ever simple. That's what I always say.
Okay.
And if our advertising scheme hasn't borne fruit, then perhaps it's time we took matters into our own hands.
Which is?
It's true. Our Celia is an alarmingly competent middle manager. And any other company should be wasted in data entry. The plan she refers to is a two-pronged approach. And the first part involves seeing Stellar Bay properly defended. With a Bolt 52 cartridge, of course. If you can get us what we need to rejoin the board, starting the Bolt 52, we'll be able to become one of the most productive and secure cities in Halcyon.
Okay. And you'll have a powerful ally on the board.
Why, one of the strongest defenses in Halcyon. An extremely powerful ordnance. I'll need to gather some supplemental materials, but I mustn't get ahead of myself.
Well, you better start thinking about that. So
the Bolt 52 will be in the old arms building southwest of town, which used to be part of Stellar Bay before we had to move our walls in. And these days, it's overrun with marauders and raptidons.
Shocker.
Do be careful. I've lost more than a few people to marauders and raptidons out there. Oh, and while you're at it, there should be a terminal in the arms building with some dangerous information. Perhaps you could delete it so it doesn't fall into the wrong hands.
I see.
What can I do for you? I see. And was his delivery of the MSI authorized greeting up to snuff? Well, that's excellent. I'll see that your feedback makes it into his review. What else can I do for you? Then it's good that I keep such meticulous notes. I've asked myself the same thing many times, especially seeing as the legal mechanisms we employed were part of the board's own bylaws. Not intentionally, though that's technically true. For many years, this planet was home to as many corporations as Terra 2. But back then, it was known as Terra 1. As you may have noticed, this planet has more than its share of hazards.
I just got here,
and as
so
the other
not
corporations began to tally their losses, they decided to pull out. Our leadership at the time certainly wanted to.
And how did that work out?
Most regard Monarch as a lost cause. But there were others of us who saw an opportunity. The chance to improve working hours and conditions, to reform MSI from the ground up. It's humane, but it's also good business sense. Exhausted, sick, and malnourished workers are not productive workers. Even a cursory review of the data bears that out. Anyway, we learned of a loophole in the corporate bylaws that would allow MSI to claim ownership of the entire planet once the other corporations pulled out, creating the perfect environment for us to enact these new reforms. No, they laughed in our faces and insisted we'd be relocating to Terra 2, along with everyone else.
Right.
Yes, some of us stayed behind, and as the most senior executive remaining, I ended up in charge of what was left of MSI. I moved forward with our planned reforms, as well as our strategy to assume ownership of the planet. Yet not long after I renamed it Monarch, the other corporations dislodged us from the board and began an official campaign to paint us as lawless savages. I don't know. Everything we did was legal and above board. We followed their rules, and yet they still found reasons to declare us outlaws. I do think there's something useful in a governing body like the board. Something that keeps us from anarchy, but I dearly wish it functioned differently. Why wouldn't anyone? They own nearly all the resources and infrastructure in Halcyon.
Without the board, chaos would overtake the system. Working within the established order isn't a principle to snub one's nose at, Captain.
To be on the board is to be part of the colonial community, and being cut off means slow strangulation. Indeed, we've got to consider realities, not ideals.
Fair.
If membership on the board can ease our hardships and provide us with opportunities, then that's the path I mean to pursue.
Okay.
Besides, I'm hopeful that additional leverage on our part will allow us a more equitable relationship. I've discovered it's much easier to negotiate from a position of power. And I don't mean to leave MSI or its people at a disadvantage. My hope is to maintain the reforms we've managed here, and who knows? Perhaps once we're restored, we could spread them to other corporations. It's a legal provision that gives the board the authority to cordon off any planet or location that it deems dangerous.
A necessary evil for the greater good of society.
That's exactly how the board describes it. Yes, making all of MSI criminals in the board's eyes. Rather hard to run a business that way. What can I do for you? Hiram? Why, he's probably still out at Devil's Peak. Not that he's had the courtesy to notify me, at any rate. You'd head south along the road and look for a mountain to the west. Not that I'd advise it. It's a terribly dangerous trek. But if you insist on going, I'd recommend taking a local guide. Nyoka would be a prime candidate.
Yeah. I gotta get her something.
If you can keep her sober.
I'm gonna work on it.
Greetings, and welcome to Monarch Stellar Industries, producers and purveyors of the finest salt tuna in Halcyon. What can I do for you today? Not at all. Mr. Nandi treats us all right and pays us well. I just spent most of my paycheck on Raptidon acid.
Why?
Laws, no. Sometimes it's canid teeth, or mantis worm wings. Whatever Sebastian has in stock, really. So I can talk to him, of course. He doesn't get going about much else. Sort of the strong, silent type.
He's got a crush.
Unfortunately, my apartment's kind of filling up with his stuff. And some of the neighbors are complaining about the smell.
Yeah, you might want to get rid of that.
I couldn't. What if he says no? Hey, maybe you could ask him for me. I mean, a no would still be bad, but it won't be quite as embarrassing if you ask. Oh, Mr. Nandi's doing that thing where he breathes through his nose real slowly. I'd better get back to work. He doesn't talk much, but he's got this quiet intensity, you know? Like there's stuff going on inside his head that you have no idea about. Plus, he's got great legs. It's hard to find a man who doesn't skimp on lower body exercises.
Don't skip leg day, guys.
You think that's what I'm looking for? You're funny. Sorry, sometimes I get carried away. Have you talked to... You know, sending you is the first bright idea I've seen from that man, because I told him to stop bothering me about it a week ago. I still don't know anything about it, but if you want to help him, Velma's the one to ask. She's in the warehouse. But I'll warn you, Grim wore her patience thin a long time ago.
All right. Okay. One thing to another.
Look, I don't... Oh, sorry.
Oh, we somehow managed to make it to Velma, even though...
Look, you can tell Catherine the new shipment will be ready when it's ready, all right? She's welcome to come up here and pack boxes herself if she's in such a hurry.
Who?
Well, if you're that friendly about it, then you definitely aren't one of Catherine's sublight toughs. My mistake. I hope you can forgive my temper. This job has been running me ragged lately. First, my autoloader foreman stages a walkout, and now my chief physiological health manager is missing. This again? I swear, this is the last time I contract for any special requests. You can tell Grim his poster came in. You can also tell him I got a better offer for it. So now it's going to Nell. That about cover it? No. I paid Sublight for it. So it's mine. And when Nell pays me for it, it'll be hers. Grim may have asked for the poster, but it's not his until I take his money. She runs the betting parlor across the way. Nice professional lady. She asked me about the poster once. Just once. Made a real generous offer, too. Damn right it is. It's staying locked up in my office until Nell shows with her money. Sure can. If you want to pay me more than Nell's offering.
How much is she paying?
I got a feeling you and Catherine would get on like tumors on a pig. Take the poster then. And if I never hear another word about it, it'll be too soon. Something else on your mind? Sublight boss out of Fallbrook. Handles most goods that come in or out of Stellar Bay. Has a mouth like a ground six spacer. Braxton. He's in charge of getting the fish fat, but also making sure they don't get too many tumors. He's a real wizard with pharmaceuticals, but he has creative notions of working hours. Comes with living in a free colony, I guess.
Yeah.
We're not keen on rules for rules' sake around here. Means Braxton skips work sometimes, but it also means no company boss is telling me when I can take a shit. Since you don't seem to be constrained yourself, maybe you could check up on him. He lives in the apartments.
Sure, why not?
Tell him Velma said to get his lazy ass down here, or she might start noticing those extra jugs he's been taking from supply. Caleb Herrick runs the autoloader operators. He thinks I don't pay them enough for flipping switches and turning dials. He and his whole crew walked out. Say they won't come back unless I pay them more. Because we've got a budget, all right? And in case you haven't noticed, MSI doesn't exactly have a lot of spare bits on hand.
Fair enough.
Not on Monarch. Sanjar throughout the old work mandates and penalties. Sure, until your workers start making ridiculous demands. You mind slapping him around a little while you're at it? I'm joking. Mostly. Unless you can do it without hurting his job performance. If you can find a way to get him back to work, I'll make it worth your while.
Okay.
Check the yacht club. He's usually there. Stealing's such a nasty word. Let's call it skimming.
Skimming, huh?
And yeah, let's just say I've noticed the sterile biotics we use for the fish would get used a little faster on Braxton's shifts. We're not like those corporate towns where you get fined for sleeping on the wrong side of the bed. Besides, the Spacer's Choice stuff we use is cheap enough. And Braxton knows how to get the Saltuna, fat and mostly tumor-free.
Okay. So much to do here now that we got here. Well, that's how it always is, huh? New area, got a bunch of quests. Feather Bay Ruins. Oh, look at that view. Okay.
Velma's not so bad, as long as you avoid her when she's stressed. Velma seem out of sorts to you? She's always cranky.
Stellar Bay.
Wrap Musk and Canid Eyes, right here. Hello, stranger. Can I interest you in a Raptidon tongue? Or maybe some canid toenails? You look
no.
like a man who's looking for some mostly fresh animal parts? I don't know. Celia usually buys whatever I have, and Mr. Pickett seemed real interested. So I thought maybe I was onto something.
Might wonder why?
Nice of you to say. I like her too. Wait, I see what's going on. She put you up to this so she could get a discount, hmm?
No.
Don't get me wrong. I'd like to give her a discount. She's a real fine lady. Always talks nice and slow, so I understand. But if I give her one, I won't
That's
hardly
not
make
what
a
this
bit.
is about.
On account of no one else having any use for Raptidon tongues. You sound pretty sure. And she is awful nice. Okay, I'll do it. Once her shift ends, we'll go someplace nice. Maybe to Chef Raymond's.
There you go. That worked out well.
Sir, please, I need your help. Oh, thank you for stopping. Everyone acts like nothing's wrong.
boy.
Like my little boy isn't at risk of being eaten by some vile creature. Please, you have to help me get my little Tucker back. He ran away and is going to get himself killed. Oh,
Are we sure that she's talking about an actual little boy, or
we
what do you guys think? I don't know, man. Something. I get vibes that maybe she might not be talking about an actual little boy, but I don't know. Maybe she might. I have no idea. Just not getting those vibes though.
Don't you tell me to calm down.
Yeah,
I
yes,
promised
she's
my
also.
boy I'd protect him for always. But how can I keep him safe if he's run away? He ran out into the wilderness a few days
ago.
I warned him about the raptidons, mantisaurs, and marauders, the toxic sulfur pools, and poisonous plants, but he didn't listen. Please, won't you go and find my boy?
Sure.
Well, I guess I can't ask you to leave the town walls for free.
Exactly. Apparently,
It is
everybody
definitely
says it's a
dangerous
dangerous
out there.
town, so I would like
I've
some
got
kind
some
of
bits saved up
compensation.
for a
Right?
rainy day. I'll give you every last one if you just bring my Tucker back to me. I won't even be mad at him running off. You tell him I won't be mad.
Sure.
He's been pining for an adventure. Says he's tired of living cooped up behind the walls. But he doesn't understand how dangerous it is out
I'm sure he
there.
does now.
I warned
He's still
him.
out there
A
alive
raptidon
somewhere.
would snap him up first chance it got. I just know one's ripped his arm off and is gnawing on his.
Well, that's not very
fingers.
positive thinking here, lady.
He should have listened to his mama. I promised I'd keep him safe here with me.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Oh, I know he'll be safe now that someone's able to fetch him home. You look for him in Amber Heights.
Amber
you hear?
Heights,
It's
okay.
down the road southwest of town. I'm sure he made it that far. I just know it.
Okay.
And if you find any of them iconoclasts indoctrinating my boy, you punch
Iconoclasts,
them
huh?
in the mouths. Tell them what
Damn.
I think of them luring little boys away from their mamas. It's immoral.
Straight immoral. How could they? Alright, so that's how we leave town. Is there anything else I need to do in town before I bounce up out of here?
Well, well. The only new folk I ever see in town are sublight runners from Fallbrook. But you don't look like one of Catherine's.
Nope.
What can I get you?
You got for me.
All sales are final, unless you threaten me. I'm kidding. Don't threaten me.
See no reason to threat. Alright.
Help! Someone's been killed!
The hell?
I think I'm gonna be sick. I clean the apartments while everyone's at work. I've seen all sorts of messes, but this...
Uh-oh, is this one of the dudes
If
that
you're going into the
Belmo was
apartments,
talking about?
do not go into the lower one on the right. That's where the body
Lower
is.
one on the right, got it.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go contemplate a hot shower.
You don't need to contemplate it, just do it, man. If that's what you need, then do it.
What a gruesome way to die.
Body bag dispenser empty. Please replace sack reel before disposing of any corpses.
Well, I don't have a name for this person. Crossball bedding. Stainless steel. Oh, I have to go off of the nose here. It's not.
Whatever you do, don't mention tossball to Isaac. You'll never hear the end of it.
Seen him in a while.
If you got him stuck in an elevator. Hey.
As you were.
As you were indeed. Who's this?
You startled me. Don't sneak up on a person like that, huh?
Sorry.
Braxton. I've never even heard of a Braxton. Got nothing for you, sorry. Oh. In that case, he told me he was delivering to this house in the ruins south of town. Whole family had fallen sick and he had some meds on hand. So maybe look for him there?
We're in agreement that this Braxton is probably dead, right?
Probably. Dokes.
Got any news from the rest of house?
We don't get many outside. You don't look like Sublight. Must be freelance.
Good day to you.
Whoa, by the stars, my
Look at that,
poor
Chef
heart.
Raymond.
I just about pissed my jumpsuit.
Why is everyone in this town chicken livered?
Most people don't. Besides, this place is enough to try anyone's nerves. Where should I begin? With the oversized mantisaurs? Or perhaps the rap spewing acid at our walls? The board was right. This place isn't fit for human habitation, and I was a fool for staying. Sanjar, of course. He had all these glorious ideas
glorious
about how
leader.
he'd run Monarch. Rest periods between every work shift. No shift more than 10 hours long. It all sounds wonderful, until you realize there's only a few centimeters of repurposed steel between you and the deadliest creatures in the galaxy. I could do with a few kilometers of cold vacuum, but that spaceship is flown. Only every day. But in case you haven't noticed, we don't exactly get ships on a regular basis, yours notwithstanding.
Right.
And even if I did scrape together enough to buy passage out with Sublight, which would mean reaching Fallbrook without getting eaten, shot, or dissolved into green goop, what then? Nothing, that's what. Because MSI is not in what you'd call good standing with the board. So even if I could get out of here, no one's gonna hire me. Was there something else? Or did you just want to mock me? Lucky you.
Alright, dude, sorry.
Nice.
Let me in. Ah. Yo, 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 Sam, you are in my way. There are so many quests. I need to see which ones I can do here right now.
Have you talked to Sebastian yet? What did he say?
He's taking you out for dinner.
Okay, but how did he say it? Did he sound excited? Or like he was just agreeing to it? Was he like, yay, a date with Celia. I've secretly been waiting for this. Or was it more, sure, I don't have anything else going on. Not to worry. If I never buy another Raptidon tongue, it'll be too soon. Ah, look at me going on. I'm sure you've got other things to do, and Mr. Nandi's giving me that back to work look.
Well, he's right behind you.
Anyhow, thank you.
Sure.
Move it, trash can.
Rerouting course now.
Nice. I like companion dialogue like that. It's good stuff. Let's go give Grim his poster, shall we?
Have you had time to check on that poster yet? I keep wondering if it's come in. Would you look at that? The Rizzo's logo is nice and bright, and you can still smell the ink on Mr. Holcomb's signature. I can't thank you enough. Still, you can have the bits I was going to spend at the bar this week.
Sure, man.
And you know what? Take my old tossball blocker, too. Never get the chance to use it these days.
Alright. Cool guy. Nice guy. What's next? The Yacht Club. He is up here somewhere.
New face, huh? You from Offworld? A ship captain? Well, I'll be. Here, let me buy you a drink. Consider it an MSI welcome. Why don't you grab a chair, sit a spell, and revel with us?
I don't have time for that.
Me and my friends have taken our destiny into our own hands. We're untethered, free of responsibility and worldly cares. Well, as long as we don't run out of bits.
You might want to go back to Velma.
But until the windfall's gone, we're riding high. See, we just walked out on our work. Had enough, we did. So now we're striking. It ain't any one thing but the sum of it all, having to work longer shifts for less bits. And the wages we do earn don't cover as much as they used to. Our supervisor, Velma, goes on and on about quarterly profits and meeting quotas. But that ain't what Sanjar promised us. Velma refuses to negotiate, so we're refusing to work. We won't go back until she agrees to pay us fair and proper. Us on Monarch, we're free from the board, you know? We have the right to lobby for better hours and pay. Sure thing. What did you want to discuss? Not forever, but we've each saved up our bits, and I stashed them safe in my home by the diner. I reckon we could last a week or two at least. If I knew that, I'd have tried it. Talking reasonably got me nowhere. Maybe you'll fare better. The others wanted to blackmail her, but we're above that. Besides, them are just rumors. We got no proof they're true. I would never endorse such an untoward tactic, you know, but, well, there's rumors that Velma's taking a cut off the profits. So far, it's just gossip, you know, but if there was any proof to be had, it'd be in the Saltuna warehouse, I reckon.
Interesting.
Smells like wrapped in here. Oh, it does work. I bought some musk from Sebastian to cover up the saltiness.
Ooh, you're the new face. Wow, you must be up on all the latest tossball games.
No.
So who do you follow? Wait, don't tell me. You look like a Hammersmith Thunder fan. No, Glacial H Mammoths. That's a shame. Tossball's just about the only good news we get around here, when our frequency's not too clogged up anyway. So, what can I do for you? Graham's always filling the airwaves with his propaganda, like it's done him any good. All it means is the tossball games get to us in fragments. Makes them real hard to watch.
That'd be annoying. Where is the factory again? The warehouse. Let's see if I can find proof of Velma. So.
At least Grimm's done bothering Velma. Last thing anyone needs is him setting her.
You're probably looking for Velma. Watch out.
Plenty of work to do, especially with so many no-shows.
Open up, up,
You're
up,
a
up.
deft hand with a mag pick.
He's been stealing the money, huh? Oh wow. Ow! Fuck me. Bro, get out of the way.
Why don't you grab a chair, sit a spell, and revel with us? Sure thing.
Wait, what? Do I talk to her then?
Unable to complete scheduled sanitization service due to
Like,
the
like,
following
what,
reasons.
like, who am I supposed to talk to for
door.
that?
Exactly. You're not getting into my room again. If I hadn't caught you last time, you would have burned all of my books.
I'd give you a friend. Unless you're here to tell me he's agreed to do his job again, I've got nothing to say.
Oh, sure about that.
I don't have the bits for it, plain and simple.
Sure you don't.
Besides, if I make an exception for him, I gotta do the same for everyone.
She's principled, in at least this area. I will begrudgingly give her that.
Thank you. I think. If Caleb wants to keep this job, he'd better get back to it. I'm about ready to hire sublight contractors at this rate. Yeah, and did you miss the part where I'm working doubles to cover for everyone who decides not to show?
Ironic, isn't it?
I'm the one who keeps this place running. That money's mine, one way or another. Fine. Tell Caleb he and his team can have their raise, but I need them back here immediately. Something else on your mind?
I think that's it.
Why don't you grab a chair?
Nope.
Sure. How'd you manage that? Wait, never mind. If I question it, it'll turn out not... Here, take this as compensation. It ain't a lot, but I hope it shows how much we appreciate all you've done.
Sure
Now,
thing,
me and my
dude.
friends here better get back to work before Velma blows a fuse.
Hey. Passion pills. All right, let's go find these.
I wonder sometimes what they're doing on other cars.
Long way from Arkansas. Well, hello. Are we here? That what she wanted. Talk to the doc here.
Hello, dearie. Why, I don't believe I've seen you before. And with sweet cheeks like
Who
those,
you calling sweet
I'd
cheeks?
remember. What can Auntie Abigail do for you? Yes, indeed. Someone's got to keep Stellar Bay's people healthy and energized. Oh, but I am. I get to see plenty of my neighbors here, and I do dearly love a little gossip.
Bit of gossip, huh? Alright. Oh, I don't need to tell her that I came for the medicine because I already got it. But, we'll turn it in.
Ah, the charmer. Welcome back. Drink, chat, or business? All of the above? less dangerous than a steady supply of alcohol. Give it here.
Sure.
Whew, that hits the spot. Right in the, oh, no, there it is. There it is. Yes. We're in business. Let's go. Great. Where to?
Told you where to.
Oh, Hiram? I ain't checked in on that man in an age. He's running the giant radio tower we lovingly call Devil's
So I
Peak.
was told.
We'll be going south and west, mostly along the road till we're past Fallbrook. Out there, there's a western slope that'll lead us through some fun. You like hunting, right? That's fun. If you're more of a spelunker, Rotting River will take you into the mountain caverns. We can discuss options when we get closer. That said, 3's already a crowd. I don't mind waiting somewhere until you got a spot open.
Long as you've got my back, I'll have yours. Welcome to the Unreliable Crew.
You look like a preacher. You a traveling vicar?
In a manner of speaking.
Achievement unlocked. One
Stellar
for
Bay
all.
had a vicar once. He took it upon himself to convince Graham's folk to come back to the corporate fold. Kept making the trip between the city and Amber Heights by foot. Kept getting himself into all sorts of scrapes.
Right.
Day came when I found a book of his in the middle of a rapt encampment. A vicar, huh? You a true believer, or do you just like the tithes?
Why, that's borderline offensive, Ms. Ramnarine Wentworth. Of course I believe.
You learned
The
her name
tithes
real
are
quick,
merely
huh?
a well-earned bonus.
I met another believer once. Pushy type. He thought he'd been left behind for a reason. Thought he'd find some kind of cosmic truth in the wilderness. Got himself infected by a mantis and drowned in a sulfur pool. Some truth.
Can't get more brutally true than survival of the fittest. But don't mistake us all for blind fools. Intellect plays a large part in who stays among the living.
Glad to hear it.
Right.
Join me for a second, will you?